this is actually the second course unit of this course. The second course unit, we are going to be creating the copyrights page. So first things first, we have to make our copyrights page look very nice because it's one of the second pages that the reader is going to see. And the way you put your second page, your first and second page is what will keep the reader to continue reading. From first page, when they see it's nice, they go to the second page. When they see it's nice, then they go to the next page and continue scrolling through. You see what you're doing. So if you make your first page and second page look professional, look very good, then you're going to attract the attention of the reader. And if you attract the attention of the reader, then there's no way they're not going to continue going through your design, through your book. So to design the second page, this is what we're going to do. There are very many methods of designing a second page, but this is the one I chose because it's the one I usually use inside my books. Now to start, all you have to do is tell ChatGPT to write for you a second page like this one, or you can even to write for you a copyrights page like this one, or you can even just copy this exact one, because copyrights page you're allowed to copy and you're allowed to use the same copyrights page over and over and over. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to write. Let me just type it. Let me type the word copyright. But before that, let me first show you how I made this small thing on the top. This is actually a line. Now, in Microsoft Word, to draw a line, all you need to do is come to Insert. Under Insert, you're going to see Shapes. Under Shapes, you click and see under Shapes, you're going to be seeing says Lines. Now, under Lines, you pick a line you want. You can pick this one without an arrow. You can pick one with an arrow, or you can pick this one with double arrows. So I want this one which has no arrow. So I click on it. You can see that the cursor has changed. Cursor has changed to a cross. Now I can come here and I put a line, a straight line, like this, and I leave it, and you can see that now I have a line up there. Now if I want the size to be reduced, I can adjust the size the way I want. I just hold here and I drag to adjust the size. Now you can see that this is the line. After that, all I have to do is double click on the line, make sure it is highlighted, move on the line until I see a certain arrow, this moving arrow. I click on it to highlight it, and after highlighting, you can see that the word shape format has appeared here. So I click on shape format. You can see that there are very many shapes I can apply to this line. Yes, you see as I move, the color keeps on changing. So I want it in, let me say this red. So I click on this red, and you can see that it looks like the original. Or if I want the size to be thicker, I can just move down. You can see the size has changed, so I make it thicker. Click on this. Yes, so if I want it to be thicker, more thicker, I move down and I click on this one. If I want it thicker, or I want it as a dot, I just move here and I use it as a dot. You can see that it has changed to a dot. Yes. Now if I want it to be an arrow, I can just click on this. If I want it to be an arrow with double edge, I can click on this. So you can see that there are very many ways to change the style of the shape from here, of the line from here. Now if I want it as a dot, let me say I want this as a dot. So I'll just click on this dot, click on this. After this, you can see that this line is unbalanced. So I come here and I click on view, click on view and put this green line. So see if it is balanced. So I click on this view, you can see that it is unbalanced. Yes. So now to move it to the center, all I have to do is go back to shape format, and then I click on position. You see this thing says position, you click on it, drop down arrow, and then you can move over it. You can see that it has moved. If I move up, it has moved. If I move here, you can see that the line has moved to the center. So I click on this. You can see that now the line is in the center. Yes. Now you come here to these layout options, click on this layout option so that you want to move to the next line. And then you make sure this thing is on the third behind text. This behind text is chosen. So I click on this behind text, and then I make sure it is on that behind text so that the line can be behind the text. So if I write anything on top of it, that writing will remain. So I click on enter. Now first move it back and make sure I move the cursor, put the cursor to the next line, like here where the cursor is, and then type this word copyright. So I'll just copy this one and paste it here. Double click here, so that the line can be on the next line. So click and paste. Now you can see the word copyright is now pasted. Now as you can see, this copyright of mine is not the same. It's not the same black as this one because I've changed the color. So to change the color, all I have to do is highlight the word and come to this font color. You click on this. After that, if I move this, you can see that it has become very black. If I move it here, you can see that it is still very black. If I move here, you can see that it is going down. But the one I'm using is this one. this one on the second one from the second row and the second column. So I'll just click on it and make sure it is this. It's not too black. So you can see that it's not too black the way it is. Now I can move this cursor to the next line, and then I copy this and bring it to the next line. So I copy this and bring it here and paste it here. You can copy yours from KDP. I will tell you to give it to you, or you can use this same one the way you want. Now you make sure this is in the same font type with the first page, like with these ones. As you can see, the font I'm using, if I click here, you can see that the font I'm using is called PT Serif. Even here, if I click inside here, you can see that the font I'm using is PT Serif. The only difference is that this one is also this one is in italics, and this one is also in italics, and the only difference is the size of the font. The other one is 14, this one is 12. So you can see that I've pasted it here. Now I can copy this, copyrights blah blah blah, come here, I copy this and come and paste it also here, paste it there. Now from here I can just move it once, I move it a bit down, I skip one space between them, and make sure it is in a different font. This font actually looks better on it. It's called Fright. This font is called Fright. It looks better on this thing, and the font size is 14. So you change the font size to 14. Now from here, I'll click again, enter. Now, if you want to insert, you should mark this. This is very important. Anytime you want to insert an image, yes, if you want to insert an image, always use the grid. Use this grid. Always, you must use this grid so that your image can be well aligned. You must use this grid if you want to insert a shape or an image. Now, to activate this grid, I've already showed you. You just come to view, and then you click on grid lines. Yes, you can see that it has disappeared. If I click on grid lines again, it reappears. Click on this, it disappears. Click on that, it reappears. So anytime I want to insert an image, I must use a grid. Now, to use a grid, I've already activated it. Now all I have to do is click on insert and click on shapes, and then pick a shape. I will pick this rectangle tool, click on it. You can see that the cursor has changed to plus. Then I come here and I draw a shape. Yes, I want to start from here, so I'll draw this. You can see that this line also keeps on following the grid. It follows the grid. You can make sure it follows the grid up to here. You can see now if I leave it, you can see that I now have a shape which is well guided by the grid. Now from here, all I have to double click inside the shape, and then I'll be seeing this shape format which will appear. Then come to shape fill, click on this and choose a picture. Now when you're choosing a picture, what you have to do is make sure that the picture you're choosing has a similar color. At least one or two elements inside the picture should be having the same color with the previous picture, with the picture used on the first page. That is what will make your element, your second page look good. That's what will make everything look good inside your document, because it will be something called repetition. For example, let's say we want to use this one. Yes, because it has some elements of red in it, let's use it. So I'll click on it and I click on insert. As you can see, the image has now been inserted. After that, I go ahead and click on picture format, and then I click on crop and I click on fill. Now after clicking on fill, I have to drag it so that it can fit well. So I'll move it up to here, then I can leave it there. Yes, so then after this, I just have to double click on it. Double clicking on it, I have to come to shape effects, click on shape effects, come to soft edge, and then I try to apply some soft edge to see what's happening. The soft edges are coming. Now you can see, I think this one is good, so I'll click on this and apply that soft edge. Now to view what is happening here, all I have to come to view and click on grid lines and deactivate this grid line. So if I deactivate, you can see what has happened. Now you see I have my copyright page. Yes, so this is a copyright page. Now if a reader comes and checks your first page and it's looking this good, then they check your second page, it's looking this good, they'll start imagining things. They want to go to the next page and see what's inside there. So the trick is to balance the colors. You repeat the same colors over and over. Even if you see this one has like green, white and others, it has colors mixed, just pick one color and repeat it throughout. For example, I picked red and I decided to repeat red. I repeated the red here, this one has an element of red. I repeated the red here, this one has an element of red. So you continue like that until you do for the rest. And this is how you do your first page, your second page. Yes, your second page of your book is the copyrights page, and this is how you make it look good. So this is the end of this video. I'll be doing other videos. If you want your second page to look different from this one, then I will be doing a video on that if under your request. If you request it, then I'll do it. But I think as for now, I think this is enough for the first page. This is good enough for the first page. You can do this for your first page and it will be good for your second page, and it will be good the way it is. So this is enough for a second page and you can do with this. And with that said, let's go to the third course unit.